Mr. President, 4 years ago, about this time of the night on a Monday, I made a speech about Woody Woodside. 4 years later, I'm making another speech about Woody Woodside. 4 years ago, I acknowledged his 30 years of service to the people of Brunswick, Georgia, Glenn County, and the Chamber of Commerce, and two members of Congress for whom he worked over the years. Tonight, I award him praise for 34 years of service and for the fact that he's going to retire later this year. So it's time for me to really say about Woody Woodside, he's one of the unique individuals that all of us know in our state. Someone's always there when there's a problem to be worked on, always there with a positive attitude. Somebody who always thinks there's a way to fix a problem. Somebody who doesn't call to complain, but calls to be a help. Woody's a great man. He's a great friend. He and his beautiful wife, Ellen, I've known for a long, long time. They have a beautiful family. Their daughter, Mary, was Gould, is a wonderful lady. Their young son, Jay, they lost a few years ago when he passed away. But he was one of the finest kids I ever met. He worked here in Washington a couple of times, once a short time for me. And he had the spirit that his father has and his mother has, a spirit of can-do, a spirit of loving his community, a spirit of being a good human being. Woody's interesting and he's unique. Woody went to the Citadel, served in the United States Army, the Georgia Army National Guard. Woody did a lot of work in Congress. He worked for 11 years for Bo Ginn, a congressman from Georgia who ran later for governor of Georgia. And he ran for Lindsey Thomas, another former congressman, for 3 years. So he had 14 years of work in the Congress of the United States before he went home to Brunswick and the Golden Isles. The Brunswick and the Golden Isles is a very unique place. You have the Sea Island Company that developed Sea Island, which is one of the finest four-star resorts anywhere. You have the fishing and that industry that serves our state so well. We only have 123 miles of shoreline. We got lots of fish. We got lots of crabs, and we got lots of shrimp. And it's a great industry for our state and a great prosperous industry for that part of our state. But the Golden Isles are a very unique place. It's the estuary of the Atlantic Ocean. It's where the food chain starts. If there were no Brunswick and there were no marshes of Glen, there would be no food chain, there would be no fish or wildlife. It's a pristine area that we have worked for years to preserve and maintain by passing wetlands bills, by passing clean water bills, by doing all the things you need to do to make sure you're doing everything you can to keep your water clean, but also keep that industry vibrant. And Woody is a citizen, and not just as a chamber leader because he had to do it, but as a citizen because he wanted to do it. Woody was a leader and has been a leader for clean water, for the coastline to be clean, for the industries that depend on the ocean and the sea, and for that part of our state. We have a lot of chamber presidents in our state. We have 159 counties. I imagine we have 159 chamber presidents. That's a lot. We have no one that's more active or more involved in their state activities or their local activities than Woody Woodside. Of our state chamber of commerce, he's been an officer and advisor for years. He's been on most economic development councils of most governors. He's outspoken, not to a fault, but to a critical need when we need him to say what he needs to say and for all the right reasons. He's been selected one of the most outstanding Georgians for years by Georgia Trend magazine. All in all, he's just the whole package. He's outstanding, he's smart, he's likable, he loves government and what government can do as a partner with the private sector, and I love him as a friend. So knowing that Woody's going to retire this year, I only wanted to take this time to say, Woody, you've been special for lots of reasons. I do lots of these at the request of Chambers of Commerce for people I know in some cases, but most of the time I don't know. They're hard to do. It's hard to find something that's the right thing to say for somebody you don't know. I know Woody Woodside. I know his heart, I know his record, I know what he's done. Woody, you've been everything a person could ask for, you and your wife for everything we could ask for as leaders. You're a wonderful human being, a great American and a great Georgian, and may God bless you and your family in your retirement, and thank you for your service to our state for many, many years. And I yield back.